remain standing and welcome the Rock Canyon Jag Choir and senior choir members to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Rock Canyon High School, class of 2026. Today we reflect upon the 4 remarkable years we've shared and the legacy that each of us has been a part of. We've shared a journey full of unique experiences and memories that will last a lifetime. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who join us, friends, family, and those who supported us along this transformative journey. So enjoy these final moments, class of 2026. Our diligence, victories, and hard work have all come together to bring us to this very day.
At this time, we would like to welcome our distinguished guests who will be participating in today's ceremony. As your name is called, please stand.
Superintendent Aaron Kane.
Assistant Superintendent Danny Windsor.
General Legal Counsel Mary Kay Klemesh.
Executive Director of Schools, East Highlands Ranch, John Gutierrez.
School Board President Susan Meek.
School Board Director Brad Geiger.
School Board Director Kelly Densler.
Rock Canyon High School recognizes the importance of a strong educational foundation, and we would like to honor and thank our feeder schools for preparing future JAGs to excel in academics, athletics, and activities.
Buffalo Ridge Elementary Principal Jennifer Murdoch.
Redstone Elementary Principal Amy Moyle.
Timber Trail Elementary Principal Dr. Rob Thielen.
Wildcat Mountain Elementary Principal Molly Milley.
Rocky Heights Middle School Principal Chris Cook.
And finally, we would like to recognize our Rock Canyon administrators who have been an essential part of our last 4 years.
Principal Andy Abner.
Assistant Principal Carly Bloom.
Assistant Principal Tom Brisky.
Assistant Principal Ty Clark.
Assistant Principal Jeff Geary.
Assistant Principal Kate Hartline.
Assistant Principal Kelsey Kraft.
We appreciate your help with today's ceremony.
And now please welcome Senya Kondawala to address the class.
What's up, Jags? When I was given the honor of writing this speech, I knew that I had to make it memorable, since it might be the last time I see many of you again. So, I wrote cliche lines about how we will forever be Jags. But then, on my 18th birthday, next to the card from my family, sat an envelope. Expecting money for new shoes, I eagerly ripped it open. And to my surprise, instead of cash, I found a well-preserved letter I wrote when I was just 6 years old, and I'd like to share it with you all today. Dear future Sen, happy birthday. You are so old now. I hope my life has been good. And then followed by a set of questions, which I encourage you to think your own answer to these alongside mine. First, how is driving? I'm sure we can all agree it's great. We gain so much freedom and ability to spend time with those we want to. We love it. Next, can you dunk at 6 feet? Now, I don't know whether this is a question for Google or asking if I'm 6 foot, but I'm not sure whether you can tell, but I neither can dunk or am 6 foot. Next, who is your favorite teacher? Well, it's clear the Rock Canyon faculty and staff are truly remarkable, but without a doubt, Miss Riley is simply the greatest of all time. And in the very end, I scribbled in, was your life as good as you wanted? And this one took more than just a second to answer, because with a simple answer, yes. Many of us have been privileged enough to love the childhood we've had, surrounded by those we continuously learn from. But thinking a bit deeper makes me remember how, when we were freshmen, people told us, these are going to be the best 4 years of your life. This is supposed to be the peak of my life? Don't get me wrong, we've all had our fair share of great times being a Jag, because somewhere between our awkward first assemblies as freshmen, Mr. Coy's karaoke high fives in the hallways, Mr. Abner's it's a great day to be a Jag each and every morning, our numerous wish weeks, accompanied by Fidel, Kiki, Kinley, and Dre, to us crowding in and posing for the photo as our basketball team lifts the state trophy into the air, to us sitting here in our caps and gowns. We've all had our fair share of victories, expected and not. Not all the time, Some of us, by the time we graduate, could not figure out how to park in the lower lot, but enough for me to know the best part of life is that it always works out. You either get exactly what you want or something unexpected, which happens to be so much better. We've all had our fair share of these unexpected victories. Some facing that knee injury playing volleyball, forcing you to grow back stronger and better than before. Some not being selected for varsity soccer, or a performance like Big Fish, which taught you to find new passions and hobbies. Some facing rejection from our dream schools, or failing Mr. Chapman's history exam to eventually realize, was it ever that deep? And for some, friendships and relationships which drifted apart, which made room for people who see the real you. The common thread behind all these successes, they resulted from taking that blind leap through the risk, from taking the risk to try out, to experiment, to putting your heart on the line, to caring about something enough that failing at it actually hurts. So yeah, sometimes the plan doesn't work, but the effort always works, because effort moves you toward success, toward people who matter, toward growth, toward a version of yourself you didn't know you could become. So, to the class of 2026, go ask for big, specific, and unreasonable things from your life. Go apply for the job you're underqualified for. Go move to the city that scares you little. Love people loudly. Because from here on out, you either get exactly what you want or something unexpected. And you'll look back and say, thank goodness it didn't go according to plan. You might not ever remember the words that I said, which, trust me, I'm just as ready to get out of here and graduate as you all. But just remember this: make the most of making the memories. Thank you, and Sco Jags!
Thank you, Sen. And now, Nathan Groom will perform I Lived by Ryan Tedder and Noel Zenikella.
I hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. I hope when the crowd screams out, it's screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. And the only way you can know is give it all you had. I wish that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I need it all. that you spend your days, and they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. And I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I live. Every broken bone. I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I live. I swear I
Thank you, Nathan. Now, please welcome Nakshatra Ramya Bijou to address the class.
Good evening, administration, teachers, staff, families, and friends. Thank you for being here to celebrate a moment that felt so far away, yet somehow appeared in the blink of an eye. Seniors, after 13 long years, we are here. 13 years since we learned how to hold pencils, how to stand in single file lines, and how to write a beginning, middle, and end. 13 years ago, we were taught how to start stories, but these last 4 years have taught us how to live them. 4 years of early mornings, maybe sleeping in through the alarm and trying to sneak past Mr. Clark right after the bell rings. 4 years of late nights, perhaps cramming for Miss Tesdall's physics test that we confidently called light work. 4 years of moments that we didn't realize were shaping us while they were quietly becoming a part of who we are. In 4 years, we wrote the story that encapsulates what today is about. So tonight, let's turn back a few pages. The beginning. We walked into the crowded commons, slightly anxious and slightly overconfident. Slowly, we started turning new faces into friends and unfamiliar hallways into a home. We experienced our first wish weeks, where confetti and cheers carried the hopes of making Fidel, Kiki, Kinley, and Dre's dreams come true. The memories of our first homecoming, Lights Canyon action, where we probably spent more time arguing about dinner reservations than at the actual dance. And somewhere along the way, the phrase, "It's a great day to be a Jag," resonated not as something we heard, but as something we believed. Then came the middle, the part of the story where things start to feel a little more real. The decisions became harder and the expectations got higher. And soon the questions echoed in our minds. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Transcripts, Naviance, Common App, letters of recommendation, college, more crash outs and more trips to our school counseling office. And yet, through all of it, life kept moving. And before we knew it, the pages started turning faster and faster until suddenly we found ourselves here. The end. The last first day, the last prom, the last Science National Honor Society meeting, the last TSA and host a state conference, the last football game against Highlands Ranch, the last theater production, and now the last page, graduation, where goodbye feels so bittersweet, so exciting, yet so nerve-wracking all at the same time. The truth is, not all of us walked the same road to get here. We arrived despite the setbacks, the self-doubt, and the days that we didn't think we could do it. We arrived with resilience, and that resilience is not ours alone. It belongs to our teachers who gave us the courage and opportunity to learn. Miss Riley, when the last bell rang, you stayed. Miss Petrie, you believed in us before we believed in ourselves. Miss Klein, your endless dedication carried our school's. It belongs to our counselors and our staff who handled those daunting schedule changes and answered our endless questions about parking passes. Miss Cranny, you helped us turn stressful moments into ones we could actually navigate. It belongs to our coaches who carried us with pride through every difficult season. Mr. Lesgie, your motivation kept us going when things got difficult. Mr. Myers, you pushed us to do better and better each and every time. It belongs to our administrators who made Rock Canyon more than just a random building on MacArthur Ranch Road. Mr. Abner, you reminded us that we are a community where every student matters. And finally, it belongs to our families who supported us and made quiet sacrifices that no one else saw. So Jags, let today be the lesson that we carry forward, a lesson to remember that you are not defined by a single failure or a single success. You are defined by the values that you hold. So walk forward knowing where you come from. Walk forward knowing who you are. And walk forward living beyond the margins of what you write. Class of 2026, you have officially written the beginning, middle, and end of your high school stories. But endings are usually new beginnings because the world is your blank page and the pen is in your hands. Congratulations, Jags.
Harper Besmek Aguilar, Narissa Juliano, and Catherine Benevento will perform Landslide by Stevie Nicks, arrangement by Nan Talu.
mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Ooh. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you, and time makes you bolder. Children get older, and I'm getting older too. Took my love and I took it down. Oh, climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills until the landslide brought me down, brought me down, brought me down. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you, and time makes you bolder. Children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older. I'm getting older. I'm getting older too.
Thank you, Harper, Narissa, and Catherine. Science teacher Peyton Holloway will now give his charge to the class of 2026.
All right. First of all, sorry, camera people. I am the person that walks around the whole house when I'm on the phone, so this might be a little interesting. Two, I'm going to try not to cry, but any of my girls basketball players know that I cried a lot this year, so I'm sorry. First of all, when I started this speech and I started to create this speech, I was asking advice from friends, colleagues, coworkers, people I trust. And I was trying to think about what you guys would want to hear leaving high school. Now, when all this was happening, I was thinking to myself too, we need to take a second to congratulate you guys too. Everything's about moving on, everything's about moving forward. You guys need to take a second and be where your feet are. Look around, find some family in the crowds, find a friend, find somebody near you, find a good teacher. Think about how much they've helped you get to this spot, because you guys deserve the congratulations of being in this spot, and you guys are fantastic people. Now, this weekend when you're at a grad party, when you're at home, when you're talking to your family after this, you guys need to think about gratitude. Saying thank you to somebody means something, but meaning it and actually having gratitude behind it and being grateful, means a lot. So don't just say thank you for coming. Don't just say thank you for the money. Really, truly mean it and tell somebody thank you for getting you to where you're at today. Be thankful for where you're at, and congratulations, first of all. Now, I have 3 things that I came up with as advice from my friends and everybody I came up with for this speech. The first one is, what do you truly value? Everyone talks about mental health nowadays, and you guys need to focus on this, but if you don't know who you truly are, it's hard to have a good mental health. Think about what matters to you. What do you value the most? Who is going to go with you on this journey? There might be friends and family that you have currently that will continue on this journey with you. You might have new people coming into your life in these next couple of years. Stay true to who you are and keep those values as you move forward. It's very, very tough to do, but if you can picture what you want out of everything in life, it will help you. So stay true to your values. Number 2, I want you guys to celebrate little things. There's so much going on in your life that you got to pick one little thing every day. Pick 2. Do them for a month. Do them for a week. However long you can try and do it. But pick one thing every day and just do it. Now, you guys know me. I'm not that serious all the time, right? My 3 little things I've been doing in the month of May are do some push-ups before I go to bed. It's not that many, I'll be honest, but I'm doing them every day. 2, it's read something before I go to bed. I can't read very well, so it's not very long again, but I'm doing them every day. The 3rd one is I'm not drinking soda the month of May. That seems goofy, that seems little. But let me tell you, when I'm sitting at Taco Bell at 12:30 at night and I want a Baja Blast, I got a water. It was the worst decision ever. But when I got home, I felt to myself, you know what? I did my 3 things today, right? Not every day is going to go great. And not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows. I get that. You guys know that. But if you can do these 3 little things every day, whatever you choose to do, it will help you feel complete at every day. The quote goes from Mike Tyson. Yes, I'm going to quote the guy that has a face tattoo, that has CTE, he has a lisp, all these things, whatever it is. It's everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, right? So you're going to have a day where you get punched in the face. Now, I physically haven't been punched in the face probably more than 3 times, but mentally I get punched in the face all the time. I teach freshmen, you guys know that. You guys know yourselves freshman year, trying to do our notebooks and things, right? You get tested all the time. But if you can do those little things every day, for me, it's my 3 little things every day, that bad day doesn't seem as bad anymore because I have discipline. And you start to do these 3 little things every day, then eventually you don't even think about them being little things. They just become a part of your daily routine. You start building up progress, and it's like a boulder coming down a hill. It just gains momentum, and you just keep gaining momentum every single day. The 3rd thing, I want you guys to pull out your hand. Just put it out in front of you. Just one of your hands. Yep, everybody's got to do it. I want you to write an E on your hand, a big capital E with your other hand. So just, okay. Then I want you to write a plus sign. You're not doing this. This is upsetting. I need you to write an R, do an equal sign, and an O. Okay. Now write the E again. The E is an event. So something happens. Maybe you bomb a job interview. Maybe you do good at a job interview. Maybe you bomb a test. Whatever it is, that's the event that happens. You can't go back and change that event. Take your hand back out. Write the plus and then write your R. Your R is your response. How are you going to respond to that event? Then do your equal sign and do your O. That's your outcome. It's what happens after both of those. Now, what can you control in that situation? The only thing you can control is your response. You can't control the event. You can't go back and take that test again. You can't go back and redo the job interview. But how you react to that, how is your response, is going to control your outcome. So thinking about trying to make the right response all the time, and I get it's tough. I got a water at Mountain Dew, instead of Mountain Dew at Taco Bell. That's the right response. But it doesn't always lead to a great outcome, and that's okay. But if you can control what you can control, and you can think about controlling what you can control moving forward in life, you're going to be very, very successful because you're going to produce more good outcomes than not. So the 3 things I want you guys to think about leaving this high school experience is stay true to your values. Be true to who you are. Have people around you that are going to benefit you with those values. I always talk about who's your 2 a.m. friend? Who are you going to call when you're in need? Are they staying true to your values? Stay true to yourself. 2, celebrate the little things. Pick a couple little things going forward. Do them every single day. You'll feel so good about yourself when you start to do them every day and they become a part of your routine. You'll have discipline and you'll start to gain some progress and you'll get that momentum moving downhill and you're gonna become great people. And third, E plus R equals O, event, response, outcome. Control what you can control going forward. It's the only thing that you can do. Don't live with yourself with trying to control everything else. Picture what you can control moving forward. Jags of 2026, I am so thankful that you guys let me come up here and speak to you guys today. Some of you guys are amazing kids, and you guys are all, I can guarantee you, very smart and way smarter than I ever was. You guys are gonna go on to do great things, and I hope you take these 3 pieces of advice and you continue to move forward in life. Thank you for picking me to come speak to you guys today.
The Jag Choir, featuring Luke Howson on bass, will now perform Where Did the Time Go by Scott McMicken, Toby Lehman, and arranged by Robert Shellard.
Where'd all the time go? We're starting to fly. See how the hands go, waving goodbye.
You know I get so forgetful when I look in your eyes. Walking backwards, I walk away. And I'm stuck in the shadow, stuck in the shade.
And there ain't no way to sweep up the mess that we made. Gets dressed up like a pillow. She's always in bed.
Flowers for the sick and dead. She's on the go, way too fast and way too slow. She'll turn to stone at hospitals and funeral homes. And when the fight rises, somebody sighs who is gone in the blink of an eye. There's nothing to keep you from falling in love. It starts at the bottom and comes from above. Like pieces of a puzzle, like a hand in a glove. She gets dressed up like a pillow, 'cause she's always in bed. Flowers for the sick and dead. She's on
Looking back on our years at Rock Canyon, we had amazing experiences and made memories that we will cherish forever. Whether it was going to a Wish Week event, going to a game, a favorite class or teacher, or going to a school dance, there's something that each of us has loved about Rock Canyon. We've had the privilege of being a part of this incredible community. It's one that's filled with people we know we can count on for support and encouragement. We've learned how to cheer each other on, how to work towards our goals, and how to support one another along the way. And we couldn't have done any of this without the support of our incredible principal, Mr. Andy Abner. He has made Rock Canyon a place where everyone feels happy, valued, and welcome. He always takes the time to celebrate every one of our successes, whether big or small. He greets us every day with a smile and the words, "It's a great day to be a Jag," which I know we'll remember forever. So as we close this chapter of our lives, let's remember all the memories we've made and remember that today is an exceptional day to be a Jag. And with that, please welcome Mr. Andy Abner.
It's a great day to be a Jaguar! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get started, I want to share that just like many of you, I am once again a parent of a graduate. And just like you, I'm certainly feeling it today. On behalf of Rock Canyon High School staff and faculty, I'd like to welcome you all to the University of Denver for Rock Canyon High School's 20th graduation ceremony. 20 years of excellence. I would like to recognize that graduation from Rock Canyon does not happen alone. It takes hardworking students, supportive family and friends, and an incredibly dedicated staff that I am very proud to work alongside each and every day. I would like to thank the University of Denver and all of their staff, our graduation team, Mrs. Hunt, Mrs. Irwin, and my right hand, Mrs. Burnside. I would also like to recognize all of our Rock Canyon feeder and district staff members that are here with us tonight. This celebration would not be possible without each of you, and I want to share my gratitude with you all. Please give these amazing staff members with us tonight a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you. My fellow Jags, many of people have helped pave the way for your success. While many are here with us today, we also recognize those who could not attend or are no longer with us. I think it is only proper to take a brief moment of silence to reflect on those who have impacted our lives but could not be present today. Thank you. As I sat down to think about what I might say to the class of 2026, I thought about what my principal said when I graduated high school. I could not remember any of it. So this is your cue, if you don't want to be like me and all the people that are laughing out there, to pay attention, all right? I wanted to focus on your class quote by Bob Marley. Beginnings are usually scary, endings are usually sad, but it is everything in between that makes life worth living. This quote is perfect for the high school journey. 4 years ago, many of you walked into Rock Canyon nervous, uncertain, probably pretending not to be scared. You wondered if you'd fit in, find your people, or be enough. New beginnings have a way of making all of us feel uncomfortable. And now here we are at the end. Endings are emotional because they remind us how much something mattered. Today is filled with excitement for what comes next, but also sadness because you're leaving behind a chapter that became a big part of who you are. Life is not really about the beginning or the ending. It's about everything in between. It's about ordinary days that somehow became unforgettable. The ride up to Denver to cheer on the Jags in the state competitions at the Coliseum, the late night studying or late night visits to the Waffle House, the teachers who pushed you harder because they saw something in you maybe you did not see in yourself, hanging out with friends at Chick-fil-A for lunch, the moments you failed and had to figure out how to get back up again, and of course, the moments you succeeded and realized you were capable of so much more than you ever imagined. Those moments in between are where life actually happens. And this class especially has reminded me that life is a little bit like magic. Not the kind where someone pulls a rabbit out of a hat, but the kind that quietly happens over time. People often only see or hear the performance. They only often experience the final result, the applause, the success like graduating today. What they do not see is the practice, the failure, the repetition, and the frustration when the trick does not work the first 100 times. They do not see the courage it takes to keep getting up and trying in front of people. Class of 2026, there's no shortcut to becoming who you are meant to become. What makes your story special is everything in between: the effort, the setbacks, the friendships, the perseverance, and the growth that nobody else sees. As a class, you have already accomplished so much. You've excelled in academics, athletics, activities, arts, and service. You have represented Rock Canyon with pride, and you have left your mark on this school in ways that will last long after tonight's ceremony. This graduating class, I want everybody to hear this. This is very important. It really signifies the work that this class has done. Has earned and accepted more than $24 million in scholarships and opportunities for college, military service, trades, and post-secondary programs. And this number represents what is being accepted by this class, not what was offered to this class. That deserves a round of applause. That is an incredible return on investment for the taxpayers in Douglas County. The Jaguar spirit will continue to be far beyond the jungle as you guys head out to 44 states and 5 countries to pursue your dreams. And there are also a few of you who are making an especially profound commitment by choosing a path of service and sacrifice and courage. Could I ask at this time the young men and women who have committed to serve our country in the armed forces, please stand and be recognized. We all in this place today, thank you for your commitment to serve our country and defend our freedoms. We are proud of you and we are grateful. Now, if I could get a little nostalgic for a moment, most of you I've known for 4 years. Many of you since kindergarten. And one of you, thank you for waving. One of you has spent much of his life reminding me and his mother that sometimes the impossible becomes possible with enough creativity, confidence, and practice. Thank you. I have watched firsthand how passion can become talent, and talent can become something extraordinary. Maybe there's a lesson in that for all of us. The best things in life are built through dedication, wonder, curiosity, and in believing in something bigger than yourself. Class of 2026, as you move on to this next chapter, do not be afraid of new beginnings. Do not run from difficult endings. And most importantly, do not miss the beauty of everything in between. Take the trip. Call your parents every Sunday. All right? Call your parents every Sunday. Laugh with your friends a little bit longer. Take the pictures. Make the memories. Say thank you and show your gratitude, just as Mr. Holloway mentioned. Show kindness. And put your phone away and be present where your feet are. Because one day these moments that feel ordinary right now will become the moments that you will miss the most. And as you leave Rock Canyon, okay, I hope you remember these simple words from me. So remember when I said I didn't remember anything my principal said? Okay. I hope you remember these words from me, each and every one of you Jags. I am proud of you, and I thank you. It has truly been my honor to be able to walk alongside you during this chapter of your lives. Once a Jag, always a Jag. Class of 2026, we wish you the very best future. We hope you are surrounded by love and care and that you find happiness in all that you do. At this time, I'd like to ask the staff and students of Rock Canyon High School to please join me and stand for the presentation of the class of 2026. Staff and students, please stand. Thank you. At this time, Rock Canyon community, please help me give a warm Jaguar welcome to our superintendent, Erin Kane, as she joins me here on the stage. Superintendent Kane, I hereby attest and confirm that the students before you have successfully completed the requirements set forth by the state of Colorado, the Douglas County School District Board of Education, and Rock Canyon High School. They are deserving of this recognition with the presentation of their high school diploma.
Principal Abner, it is my honor and privilege to accept the 2026 graduating class of Rock Canyon High School on behalf of the Douglas County School District and the Douglas County Board of Education. Congratulations to all of you. It is a great day to be a JAG.
It is now, thank you. It is now time for the presentation of diplomas. Faculty who will be reading names of graduates, please come forward, and dignitaries who are helping with diploma distribution, please come forward at this time. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you for that reminder. Liam Ray Abner.
Nakshatra Remya Bijou.
Catherine Elaine Benevento.
Lucy Miel Wen.
Nathan Pierce Groom.
Brooke Danielle Potter.
Rocket Michael Adams.
Julie K. Aguilera.
Mia Marie Alimo.
Gabriel Christian Alderet.
Shrey Ella.
Hannah Mae Allen.
Marley Ann Arnold.
Tanner Thomas Aro.
Taylor Madison Asbury.
Ananta Varsini Ashok Kumar.
Chase Ryan Atterbury.
Marcus Brendan O. Young.
Helena Sullivan Aubert.
Avishka Mukesh Aurangabadkar.
Riddhi Bandla.
Tharini Bandla.
Brady Michael Barclay.
Josiah Mark Barget.
Quinn Landry Barton.
Colton Dale Bayens.
Calvin Patrick Bell.
Sydney Jane Bennett.
Rose Adeline Benson.
Devin Garcia Bigley.
Michael Allen Billman.
John Tanner Bird.
Caden Danny Bitts.
Gianna Rose Blanco.
Abigail Kelty Blue.
Zach Robert Bohawks.
Jackson Elijah Bond.
Micaiah Rose Boker.
Alana April Bradley.
Skylar Elizabeth Kella Brand.
Henry Daniel Brandt.
Logan Clark Brester.
Evan Daniel Brown.
Jake Franklin Brown.
Trevor Reuben Brown.
Catherine Kaylin Buchanan.
Lauren Avery Buckley.
Clara Hilda Boongarts.
Griffin Kaipo Burke.
Matthew James Burkhart.
Jacob Robert Kakamas.
Quinn Anderson Calarose.
Anthony James Canino.
Alexis Patricia Carmel.
Trinity Elizabeth Carroll.
Felix K. Carroll.
Preston Holiday Dooman.
Annika Helen Charlene.
Stephen Francis Abram.
Ashley Bao Ying Cheng.
Natalie Linden Chapman.
Hasini Chelamachurla.
Landon John Lee Cheshire.
Ivan Sergeyevich Chigirin.
Jackson Robert Chonard.
Amari James Clark.
Kelty Joseph Clay.
Tyler Jacob Cleland.
Avery Jane Cochran.
Grayson James Cole.
Luke Sinjen Colette.
Summer Rose Colt.
Finian McBride Conte.
William James Conway.
Anthony Lawrence Cortez.
Mia Tyne Cottrell.
Gavin Andrew Crawley.
London Taylor Critchlow.
Sophia Dossel Crook.
Andrew James Curl.
Reed James Coutone.
Christopher Robert Dahlman.
Anna Tatiana Donaldchick.
Selma Dowd.
Riley Addison Davis.
Linus Benjamin Denault.
John Patrick Dermody.
Evan James Diebold.
Rylan Brody Dodd.
Josiah James Dodge.
Ethan Dean Dodrell.
Sophia Michelle Dorr.
Emery Lynn Dozer.
Leah Jeanette Downs.
Yudish Dronomerju.
Kieran Michael Duda.
Broden Anthony Caruso.
Logan James Dunn.
Olivia Ryan Dunn.
Ren Marie Duran.
Max Liam Durkee.
Naomi Kazuko Edwards.
Caleb James Enders.
Elena Grace Enriquez.
Tristan Lucas Feynman.
Kayla Michelle Amico Filizzetti.
Samantha Eileen Finney.
Damian Bradley Fisher.
Michael John Fitzgerald.
Sophia Charlotte Foldery.
Alexander Scott Fossum.
Michaela Mariah Fowler.
Kate Elizabeth Franklin.
Nolan John Freivogel.
Aiden Lee Jurgens.
Lucas Frew.
Talan Vu Fugazi.
Emerald Sky Funk.
Quinn Jewel Garapi.
Logan John Gebhardt.
Finn Christian Geyser.
Dylan Gennario.
Cullen Jonathan Gilbertson.
Bennett Ladd Goodwin.
Addison Lynn Gramke, excuse me.
Peyton Elizabeth Gilstrap.
Jack Timothy Glenn.
Yafa Gershiv.
Cade Drexel Guthrie.
Adam David Greenhow.
Jacob Dylan Grow.
Thomas Giles Hanley.
Bryce David Hanna.
Camden Thomas Hadley.
Brody Tyler Hamilton.
Jace Aaron Haverda.
Matthew Tyler Hayden.
Sophie Elizabeth Harris.
Benjamin John Hartman.
Nicolas James Hinderman.
Alexa Jade Hodges.
Jordan Ryan Hernandez.
Cooper James Hibbett.
Allen Paul Hurd.
Santiago Hurtada.
McKenna Kate Hogsett.
Brendan Kennicott Huff.
Miles Patrick Jaime.
Brownlee Coleman James.
Kayla Marie High.
Noah Kenneth Jad.
Finley Grace Giampetti.
Nico Riley Johnson.
Brady Anstey James.
Evan Joseph Jensen.
Nicholas Wanillo.
Caden Jungers.
Chase Thomas Jones.
Chase Avery Jormo.
Ethan Avery Kellum.
Brielle Evelyn Kinnelly.
Bryce David Jurin.
Sophie Sari Kalekstein.
Aria Ravindra Kawale.
Akira Lynn Kikamoto.
Grayson Morrissey Kevwich.
Cyrus Kavari.
Natalie Ann Klobnek.
Bryken Gage Kimsey.
Shadrach James Kinney.
Carter Robert Knutson.
Gavin William Knapp.
Anna Bell Klusacek.
Megan Allison Knudsen.
Wesley Michael Kabina.
Dylan Hunter Kopich.
Daniel Marozowski Koryenko.
Madison Marie Krob.
Mackenzie Ann Lawson.
Jackson Luis LaFleur.
Liliana Marie LaGuardia.
Olivia Marie Lane.
Catherine Haley Levine.
Emerson Aaron Leddick.
Annette Lee.
D. Lee.
Ainsley Elizabeth Love.
Francesca Ryan Lewis.
Emerson Avery Lindsley.
Dallin Lee Littlejohn.
Ashvith Kumar Maranani.
Thierry Mack.
Isabella Ann Mahan.
Caden Stephen Mahan.
Colin Ann Marriott.
Brienne Charlene Cornista Marasigan.
Cody Scott Marchand.
Nicolesh Ram Marichami.
Aiden Christopher McCabe.
Ashlyn Kiana Matheson.
Garrett James Matashevsky.
Davis Michael May.
Jaden Christopher Messina.
Dylan James McGinley.
Brady Wayne McLaughlin.
Riva Merotra.
John Douglas Milley.
Lyric Marie Miller.
Preston Michael Miller.
Trent Michael Miller.
Delaney Hope Mimless.
Mason Bradley Mills.
Riley David Mills.
Addison Sophia Memiaga.
Danush Marigason.
Jensen Connor Moen.
Patrick Michael Molstay III.
Finn Patrick Murphy.
Joshua Jorgen Nielsen Mayer.
Shreya H. Nair.
Lauren Brookins New.
Isaac Shang Hung No.
Cannon Gary Olson.
Scout Lee Nortnick.
Reagan Marie O'Neill.
Nathan Andrew O'Reilly.
Camden Leroy Owens.
Madison Shane Olson.
Maxwell James Olson.
Marcus Wesley Orner.
Madison Bailey Perez.
Paul James Park.
Lorraine Ruth Parrish.
Alex DeVries Peary.
Reese Alexander Post.
Lauren Elizabeth Perkins.
Connor Brandon Petrie.
Avery Brooke Bandensteel.
Ryan Stephen Powers.
Douglas Jaden Pines.
Haley Rain Pruitt.
Brooke Chilton Poschel.
Evan Harrison Prince.
Amberly Neville Pravasi.
Michaela Ray Pritzel.
Bryson Jeffrey Pruitt.
Nakar Rahimi.
Kelsey Erica Pringle.
Isabella Marie Reeves.
Connor G. Pugh.
James Boyer Remley.
Nestor Alexander Ramirez Jr.
Adley Caitlin Riddock. What?
Carter Aiden Reinheimer.
Aiden Michael Robinette.
Britton Charles Richard.
Haley Rain Pruitt.
Trinity Nita Ridenauer.
Addison Caroline Rolfe.
Mia Azaneth Robles.
Alicia Mary Rodriguez.
Brody Cooper Rohr.
Catherine Renee Rummel.
Anderson McCoy Romero.
Emerson Alexis Rosenmeyer.
Mason Ann Rowan.
Sai Karthik Saranhala.
Stephen Curtis Rummel.
Jackson Dane Rupert.
Christina Patricia Sabia.
Blake Dean Sanders.
Sneha Sa.
Bianca Mary Saju.
Julia Costa Salas.
Gavin Troy Shymick.
Shiv Sastry.
Kinsey Isel Shebley.
Levi Ryder Shield.
Lauren Emma Scott.
Braden Hunter Schmidt.
Caden Russell Schwartz.
Renya Summer Shimmick.
Kobe Harada Short.
Corbin Edward Seeley.
Hunter Gage Sessom.
Tice Trenton Shelburne.
Rachel Lauren Smith.
Easton Michael Shotnick.
Madison Lynn Sivahop.
Jet Charles Smith.
Ashlyn Ann Stamp.
Spencer Robertson Smith.
Alexander Min Young Sung.
Nicholas Grayson Stahl.
Catherine Nicole Stith.
Ashton Thomas Stamp.
Garrett Christopher Stein.
Luke Andrew Steiner.
Piper Jane Sutherland.
Phoebe Rose Strasser.
Annika Marie Streck.
Tessa Rose Susavia.
Sophia Nicole Teft.
Kyle Andrew Tomadong.
Casey Alexandra Tan.
Alexander Kurt DeJesus Tayson.
Elizabeth Lane Trask.
Eric Davis Tomasin.
Coulter Bryce Thompson.
Cole Evelyn Thompson.
Jameson Michael Ulrich.
Jessica Marie Trujillo.
Tong Sang Trong.
Cooper Thomas Euland.
Aubrey Joellen Urban.
Preston Fletcher Underwood.
Reese Alexandra Underwood.
Hanch Upadye.
Thomas Cash Vitenhouse.
Tice David Urosevich.
Kai Romano Valentine.
Sohan Amaresh Veer.
Cruz Luis Villegas.
Jalen Nicole Villalpando.
Daniel Raybell Vidal.
Vrithi Vijayanand.
Greg Roven Baramita Watkins.
Asher Charles Vogel.
Lee Wall.
Aiden Joseph Waterbury.
Talia Alexander Ganat Weintraub.
Ellis James Watson.
Caroline Ava Watts.
Lila Bell Wiegert.
Ryan Ashley Whittam Odell.
Hutchin Thomas Wheeler.
Corey Braden White.
Dominic John Lachele White.
Grace Marie Williams.
Finley Grace Wiggins.
Lauren Ray Wilkie.
Carter Douglas Willems.
Antoine Pierre Edouard Worth.
Jackson Everett Williams.
Dylan Kyle Wilson.
Rylan Emilio Wynn.
Scarlett Reese Woodward.
Maya Mackenzie Whitkovich.
Benjamin Sands Whitmer.
Austin James Wood.
Samantha Eleanor Wright.
Cody Michael Woolridge.
Max Benjamin Wright.
Morgan Jane Wright.
Francesca Marietta Zapparoli.
Mason Edward Young.
John Yu Yamamoto.
Monique Thapa.
Samantha Christina Sovich.
Isabella Ray Robinson. Emma Jane Elliott.
Bailey Elizabeth Schultz.
Lauren Grace Madsen.
Krish Rajakumar Kalari. Avi Khanna.
Abigail Marie Graham.
Ravi Kotra.
Christian Augustine Kennedy.
Gabriella Adrian Herfner.
Tyler Lynn Brock.
Hans Christian Lund.
Gregory James Cipolla.
Jake William Pocock.
Harper Olivia Besmick Aguilar.
Tyler John Hutchison.
Brandon Joseph Lorenzo.
Kieran Patrick Sullivan.
Rebecca Grapp.
Kate Elizabeth Rolfe.
Jonathan James Emmerich.
Narissa Ann M. Juliano.
Skylar Ingram Smith.
Natalie Elise Patterson.
Zachary Andrew Kuska.
Addison Ainsley Patrick.
Tara Lynn McAllister.
Blake Michael Brecken.
Asmi Patil.
Shiven Swapnil Patel.
Michelle Monk-Tolik.
Rayleigh Marie Salazar.
Ryan Yao Murphy.
Henry Guy Layton.
Alyssa Lee Lou McCall.
Sharag Banud.
Leona Rianne Tubbs.
Nathaniel William Kress.
Megan Juzzin.
Josephine Alice O'Meara.
Brooklyn Kate Sparks.
John William Becker.
Kane Michael Wright.
Sydney Ann Stanton.
Benjamin Reed Rolston.
Tristan Carlos Lotto.
Sarah Hyung Jun.
Sophia Marie Jeske.
Camille Emma Olson.
Ella Marie Scheikanost.
David Michael Mondras.
Victoria Myra McCall.
Rose Crosswhite.
Aiden James Grigsby.
Emily Lynn Wilcox.
Brody Andrew Lyle.
Giovanna Ruby Capizzi.
Hannah Merritt Nicholson.
Addison Ray Noble.
Jeffrey Allen Brockler.
Sanvi Vinod Kirduk.
Pixie Adele Brown.
Evelyn McCubry Razum.
Natalie Anatalam Brown.
Alexander Hole.
Rhea Divakar.
John Patrick Fredrickson.
Sanvi Vital Kuduvali.
Chase Ethan Searwar.
Alyssa Taylor Olson.
Anna Kate Spielman.
Lucas Nicholas Bielitz.
Kai Andrew Ingracia.
Adriana K. Echeper.
Kyra Kyalani Natividad.
Chloe Killian Connell.
Maxwell Allen Calaraz.
Canyon Aaliyah Tucker.
Chase Andrew Carland.
Isai Kalel Carvajal.
Kaylee Regan McLaren.
Ian William Mandeville.
Ava Grace Darnell.
Olivia Fang.
Savannah Mizuan Pham.
Ryan Marshall Ferris.
Grace Olivia Gibbs.
Lillian Grace Anderson.
Grayson Thomas Markey.
Lane Elizabeth Gross.
Wyatt Fisher Ingleson.
Rachel Ann Christensen.
Ruchi Badaganchala.
Isaac Aiden Campbell.
Advait K. Iyer.
Sydney Grace Noble.
Rory Elizabeth Geis.
Declan Sawyer Sims.
Prisha Gupta.
Jasper Rugi.
Rowie Beth Hastings.
Quentin Joseph Cook.
Ditya Nama.
Rihanna Taki.
Dylan Trent Leahy.
Cameron Grace Smith.
Ella Claire Sullivan.
Kaylee Brienne Anderson.
Haley Andrea Withy.
Cameron Thomas Walbrink.
Sarah Alden Callahan.
Charlotte Elizabeth Holmberg.
Carter James Warnke.
Nathan Nee.
Hayden James Harbinson.
Timothy Arthur Emig.
Julian Renji.
Yash Gupta.
Raga Vimpati.
Vinay Raghu.
Pooja Kodapati.
Emerson Ruth McDonald.
Timothy Nespral Pita.
Lydia Ann Lyons.
Haley Ann Reynolds.
Adelaide Lou Hansen.
Casper Leo Shimchak.
Brandon Scott Panza.
Evan Andrew Buther.
Bailey Shea Hansen.
Logan Michaela Carey.
Chesna Singh.
Sai Brunda Devareddy.
Claire Miller Erickson.
Bella Nicole Lohner.
Sierra Mindy Lorenz.
Avery Shea Whitney.
Landon Sophia Pettis.
Camden Sherman Littleton.
Kailash Jakribatu Shenoy.
Nanapat Intunkam.
Mattia Milan Jurapich.
Sophia Grace Paul.
Christy Jonan Lung.
AJ Parsaram.
Aiden Barrett Carr.
Naveed Makui. Riley Elizabeth Kotke.
Aurora Grace Dugan.
Owen Michael Bissell.
Swati Swagatika Nayak. Hansika Mechaneni.
Ellie Renee Sloan.
Zoe Katarini Evanthea Katsoulis.
Emery Grace Casto. Charles Jurgen Blum.
Kieran Hillary Yuan.
Kiefer David Duval.
Adam Stark Knox. Josette Elizabeth Wu.
On Paul Goins.
Abhiman Dusapa Gowda.
Luke Evan Houston. Lena Anna Opala.
Kirsten Marie Toisin Bouhet.
Mishika Bhatia.
Haley Grace Anderson. Unati Mishra.
Ria Nicole Hellier.
Senhouse Yakandawala.
Gunnar Reed Solzin. Spencer Riley Radetsky.
Kylie Gray McCorkle.
Ian Reeve Weiner.
Colin Mohan Sun. Ahita Kataru.
Wenli Zhang.
Zoe Louise Solano.
Lila Bridget O'Brien. Evan Nicholas Ruiz.
Jonathan Tanaka Duong.
Isabella Sienna Lynn.
Mallory Elise Spielman. Arshia Cole.
Charles David Reitsev.
Nicholas Frazier Stewart.
Tanish A. Loda. Kathleen Harper Kesey.
Hannah Rong Zhang.
Ayush Singh.
Misha Chirag Shah. Twisha Dave.
Anya Hazari Naik.
Driti Ramesh.
Salutatorian Nakul Chaudhary. Valedictorian Sabrina Yanjing Shu.
As we stand here today, we're not just celebrating the end of high school. We stand on the threshold of a new and exciting chapter of our lives. Bob Marley once said, "Beginnings are usually scary and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living." As today marks an ending, our senior quote reminds us why these moments feel so bittersweet. The sadness we feel today is only possible because of how meaningful the in-betweens were. As the largest graduating class in Rock Canyon history, we were a part of a community that came together to raise over $350,000 for Make-A-Wish Colorado over these past 4 years. We didn't just walk through these halls. We made an impact, built lasting memories, and truly made our time here count. So, as we go our separate ways, whether it's off to college, to join the workforce, or to serve our country in the U.S. Armed Forces, let's continue to make an impact wherever life takes us next. And remember, Jags, today is not a goodbye, but simply a see you later. Class of 2026, please stand. So, my fellow graduates, let's honor the past, celebrate the present, and embrace the future. Now, please join me in turning our tassels from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2026.